Assalamu alaikum everyone. So today we're going to be reading the book again. Stories from Islamic History. We're going to be reading that book again. Okay, we're halfway done with that book. Let's read it. Has a mineral job, but do not be disfraid. In my eyes, the two of you are equal. Syed Hamad went on. Neither of you is supervised to the order. People only come into this community for the sake of Allah. When the Qada was called in to give judgment on the case, the Imam told him, "Do not be either harsh or lenient with either of them. Judge between them according to Allah's guidance." The matter was solved by Lahar being told he could relate by sinking in Haytumullah on the head just as himself had been hit. However, the Muslims were not happy with this judgment. They feared that if Lahore stuck in Haylat, his mind hit Lahore's back and make matters even worse than they were already. Instead, Lahore was asked to excuse in Hayta. The Akta said that Lahara, if you excuse him and give up your right to seek him back, you will gain Allah's reward. If you seek him, you will be in the same position as he is, and you will deserve neither thanks nor a word. The Qada then remembered Lahara of Allah's words in the Holy Quran. If a person forgives and makes recollection, his rewarded is dua from Allah, and if any shows patience and give, that would truly be an excuse of congrats will be resolution in the conduct of Afrin 42, 41, and 43. Lahara asked the Qada, "If I used my right hand related, will it be a sin?" "No," replied the Qada, who then quoted the words of Allah, and who defied himself after he bath suffered wrong. For such there is no way of blame against them. 42, 41. By then the Muslim bastard had given up all hopes of satisfactory conclusion to the matter, but the Qada persevered. He made Inhalta stand in front of Lahora, then said to Lahora, "Here he is, stake him just like he stuck you." "Come on," relate Lahora turned to the Qada and asked, "Have I the right to stake him?" "Yes," said the Qada. By now the bystanders were becoming anxious. They were certain that Lahora would stake Inhala Instead, Lahora turned towards them and said, "In front of all, I testify that the Quada has given him the right to stake in Hela. No one can stop me. I am not figured. But my brothers, I have now forgiven him, and I have given up my right to relately in order to seek the pleasure of Almighty Allah." And his word to everyone's astonishment, Lahara then threw his arms around Inhalat. He hugged him, and they shook hands to cement their friendship. The people call out, "May Allah present you. Lahora, you have behaved like a hero." 20. True to their faith. India has a rich Islamic history. There's hundreds years ago, travelers returning to Europe from India had wonderful talents to tell. They decided mighty emperors who had almost limitless power, fantastic wealth, and splendor, magnificent places and cities, explored flower gardens, and a love of learning and science that was unheard of in the West. Naturally, the Europes were eager to see more of this vast Muslim empire ruled by the great Mughals. It was not long before the Portuguese and the Dutch started to trade with India merchants. Then the French and the British arrived on the Saint Continent with one another for trade from the unbelievable wealthy country. British East Indian Company engaged as the most powerful trading company in the region. The British set up base in Madras and Bengal for the export of textiles, sugar, indigo, and spices. Armies were sent out from British to support the Muslim rulers. The British took control of the whole region. They took responsibility away from the Muslim rulers. Recognized Indian internal affairs and replaced the Islamic system with British laws. On 2 May 1864, CE 12080 AH, a British judge was presiding over a country in Ambala, a large city in eastern Punjab. In front of him stood 11 Muslims. They were accused of conspiring against the British government in India. The court was full of suspectors as the case had attracted widespread interest among the Muslims. The men were accused of assistance. Ayman Sayyid Hamad Ibn Arfa Shahid and the respect Mujahid Sayyid Ismail Shahada by sincerely providing them with money and men from inside India, which was under British rule. They were illegal to have written letters in a secret code and have gathered support from the India people who were British subjects to help a rebellion of India's borders with Afghanistan. A Muslim soldier surviving in the British Army had betrayed 4 of the men to the tourist. The country was the court was silent as the judge began to speak. Angrily, he addressed a strong, handsome youth. You, Jafar, are intelligent. You have had a good education and you know the law. Yet you have used your brain to plot a rebel against the government. My judgment is that you be excused at all your money and profit, but confession your body will not be handed back to. Done reading. Assalamu alaikum.